G'day YouTube brewers, how are you mate? This is Aussie Homebrewer and today we've got a really easy recipe mate. This is one of my go-to keg fillers, so I'll run you through the recipe list right now. Okay, up front we got the Cooper's Real Ale. Bloody good kit these Coopers, especially the Real Ale. I'm a particular big fan of it. I've got 2 kilos of light dried malt extract, and I'm only going to use 1.5, so 1 bag I'm going to halve and save for another day. Right, now I've just got a little bit of Carapils, 200 grams of, and a little bit of crystal. We're going to add a bit of flavour, a bit of body, a bit of head retention, make the brew all in all pretty bloody good. Now, hops, I've got that lovely Galaxy, and I've got Cascade, which I'll do a short boil, run you through that, and at a later date we'll dry hop. So let's get the fermenter nicely sanitized. Look at that, that is a good looking piece of kit. Alright, now we're just going to add the grains. I'm just going to put in 2 litres of hot water, and then I'll add an extra litre, total of 3 litres all in all, for about 400 grams of grain. We'll just add this though to the 2 litres currently. Carapils goes in, crystal boiled, we'll just chuck her in. There you go. And that's dead set done skis. Alright, now always set a timer mate, because if you go a bit over the scheduled steeping, it can impart some pretty funky flavours. Okay, so we'll put on the timer, maybe you can see that. Let's go straight to 40 minutes. When steeping grains, just make sure you give it a nice little stir every 10 minutes or so. Right, my 40 minutes is up now. Just give it a little stir. Look at that colour, sensational. We'll just transfer it into another pot to strain all the spent grains on the top. There we go. Just shake. And done. Go back in the boil pot. Back on the stove, ready for a boil. And this is the bit that you want to be careful about, because there is, as I've mentioned many times before, there is nothing worse than a boil over. I'm chucking in 1.5 kilos of dried malt extract into the beer. I'm going to dissolve 500 grams up front now, just so it doesn't have to work so hard dissolving it in the fermenter. Sometimes this stuff can turn into sort of these hot rocks almost, like a big gluey, flunky mess, and as much as I can dissolve now, the better. Boil point now, I've turned it back down a little bit. I'm going to add the Cascade for a 5-minute boil. Okay, timer's up, 5 minutes. Now add the Galaxy for another 5 minutes. That brings it to a total of 10 minutes now on the boil. Oh, there's nothing quite like that smell, I tell you what. Alright, so now we're just going to strain it into another pot. Basically, these are both sanitized now, because the wort itself has been sanitized through the boil process. So you want to be pretty careful with your sanitization from here on in. Sanitized can opener. Just take the lid off. Nothing worse than brew day and realizing you don't have a can opener. Believe me, I've been there, done that, and lucky than that. Okay, that's nicely dissolved now. I'm just going to add the last kilo of dried malt extract. You could have probably boiled a kilo of the malt extract first before we added the hops, but I just went with 500 grams. It doesn't really matter. Some people might dispute that, but for me personally, just slowly at a time to avoid getting the big clumpy rocks, which may or may not happen. I've got about, I would say, anywhere from 3 to 4 litres of hot wort in here. I need to top it up to 23 litres. I've had these 2 cubes in one of my fermentation fridges overnight, getting cold to about 5, so it should get me to a pitching temp pretty much straight out the gate. Anyhow, let's get this water in and get it in the fridge and we'll see where we're at. Getting close now to 23. Spray of Star Sand. Got the airlock on. I'll put the thermostat down the side there so we can get an accurate read. What the we're going to use today is the US 05. I really like this yeast. This is pretty much my go-to yeast when I'm using the big fruity hops like Cascade, Galaxy, Centennial, Columbus. It just does really nice beer. I'm just going to add it in dry today, just for something to the wort, a bit of aeration. And just lightly pour it on top. Try to keep it spread out as much as possible, like so. And there we go. Some guys stir it, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I haven't found any difference. So I'm just going to put the lid on, and that's that. Job done. Up. Little ale. With the date. Thanks for watching, and please click subscribe. It's either on one of these sides. And I hope to be seeing you soon in a new brew video. All the best. Happy brewing. Cheers.